What is up, FBA Journey followers? Aaron and Chris at it, back again, episode 4. Today we just got a ton of stuff to talk about. Honestly, there's a ton of stuff that's changed over the past.
Stuff's finally starting to happen.
Yeah, let's hop into it. All right, before we get into anything, Florida people, I know we have a few Florida followers. I'm sure you guys are also enjoying this, but the weather has finally cooled down a little bit. I thought it was just a cold front after the storm, but it's actually getting... Like, mornings are relatively cool. Still hot as hell outside in the afternoon, but 60s in Florida.
They're they're starting to come down, finally.
Better than 90 and 100 degrees every day. Well, sweet. Well, let's
It's not like right into it. It's not like 100 like Arizona or Texas heat. It's like 100 wet heat, and it sucks. Yeah. Especially during the summer.
Hey, the 60s feel good though. But FBA stuff. So the brand still isn't officially launched. It's in shipping right now, but good news is product photography is done. And what do you think about the product photography?
I think it turned out really good. I was a little skeptical at first just because of just some of the past photographs we've had done, but we've never done anything on like the scale that we did this shoot. And I think taking the extra time to actually go out, purchase props for all the photos. I mean, we spent, normally when we shoot photos, we're, maybe spending pretty much just the price of the photographer, because we just do white background photos, then a couple other photos, just with stuff we had laying around the house. This time we actually went out and we bought it was probably, after said and done, it was several $100s worth of.
Well, if both stores, we ended up spending right around $76, so well over $100, close to $200 after tax and everything. But plus I think it really plus the actual photography itself.
Yeah,
and
the artist.
You know what? And the artist. Good point. We actually had it was all across the board. We did a lot more in depth this time. But one thing I thought about too is, beforehand, we just prioritized the white background photos. If you really think about it, Amazon only requires your main photo to have the white background. Yeah. And if you look at all your competitors, most people have primarily white background photos or photoshopped photos, and then they have the lifestyle photos.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have just used the photos from their manufacturer.
Yeah. And now we have one white background photo that turned out amazing, and the majority of our photos are lifestyle, and I'm excited. I wish we could actually share the photos with you. I know it's kind of forbidden in the FBA, FBA social media kind of thing to share your brands and stuff. I wish I could show you guys these photos because they look absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. But kind of like you were talking about, the first couple times we had photos, there were little mistakes here and there, but at the same time, the photographers we used and we are going to continue using, they're more used to lifestyle photos and more used to they do a lot of videography and stuff. So I think it took a couple times to get both those photography skills down and the setup down for both of us. But I think if you think about it, this is the third time we've done photos. And I think, third time's charm.
Because it's pretty much an all-day event, but it went a lot smoother.
It was an all-day event. Man, I'm pumped on those.
At least we got to eat the props afterwards.
Yeah. Man, I wish we could show you guys this stuff. And talking about product photography, on the FBA Heroes page, Derek's course, on their Facebook page, I've been seeing over the past few days and weeks, questions about product photography. And lifestyle photos are important, clearly. I mean, we talk about that all the time. And one of the main sources people use is Fiverr all the time for their lifestyle photos. The issue with those lifestyle photos that I've found is, granted, they still look a hell of a lot better than most. Yeah. But even the lifestyle photos from Fiverr, they just look so staged. They don't look natural, and they still almost have that Photoshop kind of look to them. And I feel like if you can connect with local photographers for product photography, I mean, we've learned it firsthand, you can interact with it more. You can set it up exactly how you want to see it on Amazon. And I don't know, I think more people should try to utilize local photographers for their photography, because it shows it just turned out great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the good thing about utilizing a local photographer over Fiverr, of course, is you can be there.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally be there for the shoot. You can offer your inputs. You can ask them what they think about certain things, and it goes a lot smoother.
And the turnaround time is quick. If anything goes wrong, if a photo goes wrong, you can change it right then and there.
Yeah, if you don't like the photo, you say, okay, let's retake another one.
Yeah.
If you do a source or a service kind of like on Fiverr, it's kind of just like, you pay for it and you get what you get. You know, if you get somebody good on Fiverr, they may say, okay, we'll do X amount of retakes or something like that for you. The biggest thing is when we got our photos done, a lot of online photographers, they'll edit up they'll take a load of pictures, but then they'll edit up the set, then they'll just send the good set over to you.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about having a local photographer, or I guess just any photographer that you can really talk to in general, is you can tell them, hey, just everything that you get, send it over. Because even if it's not like a good photo, if you have any skill in like Photoshop or something like that, you can crop the photo, use it for advertising, something like that.
Heck, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to use some of those other photos for advertising, especially if you're going to only have that set for your listing. You don't want to be reusing those photos all the time.
Over and over again. That's perfect for especially building the brand following kind of side of things too, because I mean, we had almost 100 photos, and you can only choose like a maximum of, I think, 9 per listing anyway. Something in there.
9 or 10.
9 or 10.
Like the last, I think once you go past 7, those get hidden, and you got a few more images or whatever.
It was hard to pick the exact photos we wanted to use, but the amount of photos we have for the Instagram brand page, the Facebook brand page, Pinterest, all these things, it's going to be nice, because even if it's the same set of props and everything, there's different angles that keeps it fresh. It's not just repetitive, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But update, everything's ready now. The listings are pretty much ready. The keywords are pretty much ready. And now that we have the photos done, I'm kind of slowly starting to try to build a little bit of a following on the Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest page. I don't know if you actually saw on the messages from the brand page on Instagram. I've reached out to a few of the influencers on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw those.
And a few of them are literally perfect fits for the brand. I've heard back from one of them. I'm waiting to hear back from a few more, but I really think if I'm going to try to do a follow-up, but I think that'll help with the launch too, because they're not huge pages, but 10,000 followers on their end and a lot of engagement from their followers. I think it'll help, even if only 10 people do anything about it. If they help promote it, I think it'll be good.
Help promote it, and we'll give you X percentage off your followers, X percentage off. Share this coupon code with them or whatever.
100%. I'm excited on that. It's Facebook ads. That's going to be Facebook and Instagram ads. Are going to be the biggest thing, and I have so much information on how to do them. It's just a matter of testing now, and it's kind of overwhelming, but it's just part of it.
It's kind of hit or miss. I mean, you really have to know what you're doing with the Facebook ads.
Yeah, but at the same time, you just have to. It's repetition. It's continuously trying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all trial and error. You got to find something that works, and it's going to be different for everything you try to advertise, because you're hitting different markets. The setup that we're playing around with is a really nice setup. Targeting, making not just one ad, but multiple ads, and targeting different age groups or whatever with those ads. Then you can tailor those ads more to that group instead of just having one generic ad.
That's going to be the biggest
everybody.
thing. That's going to be the biggest thing. Yeah. And honestly, that's where we kind of went wrong the first time on our main product for our main account, is we just had such a, honestly, like the age range. It was primarily a product used by women, and the age range was from, I think, 20 to 65. And if you think about it, I mean, that already, like at first I didn't even think about it, but if you really kind of take a step back, do you know any 20-year-old woman who has the same interest as a 65-year-old woman? It's very few and far between.
And if it is, it's something very very specific.
Yeah, that's why if I would have done like 20 to 25, 26 to 30, like just done like the same amount of ad spend, but just distribute it between different actual different ads, I think it would have already worked better. And it's just trial and error. My biggest thing is just once you run that one ad, what's the best way to take that information that you have pulled from that ad and create a new ad? That's just trial and error, and that's going to come with time.
And I think something that catches a lot of new people in the sales aspect is a lot of people don't like taking chances. And you just kind of got to get to the point where it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to have to lose money the first time around to get that product out there, to get it recognized. But then when that product's out there, the second time around, that's when you're going to start making your money and make your money back. Then on the third batch, you're going to be straight profit.
And especially if we can use the Instagram influencers, they will be our advertising as well as the customers who buy through them will also be their advertising. It'll be nice to actually get some form of, even if it's just a couple hundred people, like that'll eventually start growing. Just brand awareness will help us advertise in itself, which means maybe less money on PPC, which, as a lot of people know, PPC on Amazon right now is very spotty. Yeah. A lot of money is being spent with little return, and that doesn't mean every single market is like that. But just talking to different people like Derek or just reading on the forums, a lot of people are struggling with PPC right now, and I think very few people are actually utilizing external advertising as much as they could be, especially us, and that's why we're trying. We're trying though, and we're going to get it down. Yeah,
PPC on Amazon. It seems like, from our standpoint, we always said, we'll be releasing a video on this or something shortly, and because we always thought we were on to something, and it seems like every time we thought we were on to something would change, and then it'd be right back to square one with trying something new, and it's been like this for months now. Where PPC used to be doing really great. Our campaign that we have running right now, it's got a ACOS of about an average of like 20 something.
Yeah, but a few months ago, that was there for a while below 15%.
Yeah, and it's only one keyword.
Yeah,
it's literally one keyword, which isn't like great.
Yeah,
you want multiple keywords, but the thing is every single keyword that we've found that has a little bit of potential, we'll put it into that advertising campaign, and it just sits there and it does nothing. It either spends or it does nothing.
Even if we have the highest bid, the lowest bid, it's wild.
Highest bid plus.
What's interesting though is
recommended.
It's also, I think the market we're in is kind of changing, because when we first entered the market with our first product, if you really think about it, we didn't do much. Like PPC was working better, but at the same time I think the market was better, because a few months ago, I mean, we kind of did, in a sense, the bare minimum for that product launch, and we went from 0 to 10K a month revenue relatively quickly, and really, if you think about it, relatively effortlessly.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't as on top of PPC and all this stuff, and I think for a while, we were so caught up on trying to get that 10K a month on that product back that we lost track of launching new products, which I think set us back a lot. And thinking about it now, it's almost been a year since we've launched a new private label product. If you really think about it, because January of last year is when we launched the main product. It's almost December again.
Has it really been that long?
It's almost been an entire year since we launched a product.
Time just slips away from you.
Yeah. We just got so caught up on it. We got so caught up on it.
For a while, it was just like every single day. It was like, okay, let's look at PPC. Let's see what we can adjust. And we did this every single day for probably at least 2 months.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, not every single, but
pretty much
every single day. Every single time we met up over here, we were looking at PPC and seeing what we could change. We found a couple of videos that looked like they really had some potential of like ways to narrow down some keywords, and we went through those, step by step, did everything.
It just changes so much.
Right back to square one.
Yeah.
So I think it will be interesting moving forward to see what this new product does when it comes to PPC, how PPC is for this new product, because it's a completely different market.
Yeah.
It may just be the market, like you said,
Yeah.
because this market has changed a lot in just a very short period of time.
Yeah. For everybody, too. Even for because there for a while, we were there was quite a few people in the market, but if you think about it, there was the main, like, more, like, well-known seller doing sometimes upwards of $80,000 a month revenue. Then there was us, who was pretty much, we were the second best seller, and then over time, like, everybody's just kind of dropped off. Even that main one, they've gone from $80,000 a month revenue to the last time I pulled their info. And granted, it's only an estimate with the Amazon calculator, but the last time I checked, it was just under $13,000 revenue. That's a huge drop for them, and it kind of makes sense that the market's just changing, and who knows? It may pick up again come January through March, because if you think about it, January through March is when we were making the most money. It could be just a very particular time frame.
I think March through June was the biggest spike.
That's right.
But then during June is when that it fell
Towards
off.
the end of June, yeah.
Towards the end of June, and that's when we thought sales sucked then.
Yeah, we were upset with $7,000 a month.
Yeah, we were going back and looking at those numbers, and it was like, oh man, we're only making $7,000. We're getting a payout of like $2,000 something dollars.
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple months, and it's like,
oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, so I got $800 from Amazon this week.
Yeah, with just over like 50. Right now, we're halfway through the month, and we're only sitting at like $2,300 of revenue.
Yeah.
So we got definitely. It'll be interesting to see, because we've gotten better photos. We've gotten our listing just honed down. I really think it's just the market changing.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm excited to get the new brand going, because I kind of want to see come that January through June or July timeframe again to see if it picks up again. But in that time frame, really focus on the new product launch. And I already actually have a list of other products. I think I've talked about it before, but we're about, once this new product launches, whether it starts selling off the bat or not, as soon as it hits the shelves, I'm finalizing a design and finalizing a design and finalizing a design and order plan for the next new product for the brand.
Yeah.
So we got to keep things moving. We just can't be at a standstill again and focus on one product for too long, which I think we fell into a huge trap with that, and I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna find that $10,000 a month product if you aren't testing different products.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I got a lot of confidence in this brand just from the amount of work we put in from the start. Now, if it fails, I'll be very disappointed.
No, man.
But I don't think it will. I think we've taken a deep look at all of our competitors in that market. We've looked at what they've done, what people didn't like, and even when it comes down to photos and the listing, and we've improved upon that. And I think the biggest thing for us is eventually it's going to be an actual brand.
Yeah. My thing is, what's your viewpoint on this too? Because I think we have two extremes. I think we have an extreme where, in a sense, we don't try enough things, we don't test enough. But then I also think, in a sense, we have analysis paralysis, where like we almost, in some cases with the new brand, I feel like we could have been launched already had we not focused on perfecting it as much and just launching it and testing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in a sense, I almost feel like we need to find a happy medium, because there's nothing wrong with making sure it's perfect, but if it's taking this much time, I mean, we've known about this product if you think about it, we've known about this product for almost 4 months now.
The biggest setback, though, was deciding that we want to launch this product as a brand.
That is true.
And that's what set us back the most.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, we were ready to get them shipped. They were sitting there in the boxes, ready to go out.
That is
then
true.
We were kind of like, well, let's add this to that brand, or let's just start up that brand idea.
Which took another month and a half on its own, or more.
Yeah, then they had to unbox everything, relabel everything.
Yeah. There was definitely...
Next time around is going to go a lot smoother, because we know exactly what we want to change for the next order, and we're not going to have to do any backtracking. Yeah. And I think that'll filter down to our next product, too.
Honestly, I'm really I would like to get the next product I have in mind already. From the time we confirm it with our supplier to the time it hits the warehouse, I want it to be a month. Because you got to take into consideration shipping time and stuff, and their freight forwarder. We're utilizing DDP shipping, so we got to wait on their freight forwarder a little bit as well. But if we can get it down to a month from the time we confirm it to the time it hits the warehouse, that'd be perfect. Because I would like to get at least 3 products selling under this brand if we could before the end of the year. And I know it's really pushing it, but I think it's possible. And, well, we also have to take into consideration how slow Amazon's going to be moving during Q4 as well. Yeah. They got a lot of products coming into the warehouse.
It may be possible to release or launch at least another product. Yeah. Realistically, it's going to be really hard to get a third product done this year. But I think definitely in Q1 next year, we'll have at least another 1 or 2 products ready to launch.
And so that's just on our new brand. So on our main account, something that if you've been following the social media at all, you guys probably know. A lot of people we follow. Andrew Lewis, he does a lot of book reselling. He also does a lot of garage reselling. Andrew, I don't want to butcher his name. You know who you are. He does pretty much primarily books. And we're getting into some book reselling on our main account right now. And that's something I'm actually really excited about too, because we have a lot of thrift stores around here. We have a lot of Goodwills around here, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what we can do book reselling wise on the side. I mean, the profit margins are there. We hit a little bit of a score on the stockpile of books we got, but in a way it's also kind of the margins are low.
Right, and for those of you that don't know, maybe a week or 2 now?
About a week and a half, 2 weeks.
About a week and a half ago, we were on our way to Walmart to find some props for our photo shoot. Yeah. And we were like, well, there's a thrift store on the way home, won't we? Or was it a thrift store?
Yeah, thrift store. Yeah. And they're going out of business.
Yeah, we were like, well, let's stop by there and we'll just see if they have anything. I think we were actually, our main purpose going there was not to find anything to sell. It was to actually find a tablecloth because we're looking for a specific tablecloth for the props. We're like, well, they may have something. We'll just stop in there and we'll look before we go all the way to, 45 minutes away to the craft store to get the tablecloth, which we ended up doing anyways. But we made an afternoon of it, and it was a good trip. Good food too. So we stopped in and we just got the look, and they had a bunch of electronics and stuff sitting outside, and you started looking through the electronics.
Yeah.
Then I found there's a bookshelf over there, and we started looking through that bookshelf, and it's kind of like, well, let's just scan some of these, take a quick look around, make sure nobody's looking, and scan some of these books on the Amazon app, and, see what's going on. And I think the first couple we pulled out the pile were like, there was one in there that was pretty decent return, and the other 2 are just kind of like, it may work.
Yeah. We knew there was a couple gems in there.
Yeah. And what was it? Was it fill a bag for like $10 or $5? Fill a bag for $5. So you literally, anything that you could fit in a plastic bag without it ripping, you could fill it up, and that was yours for $5.
Yep.
And we got some bags, and we're like, okay, let's fill up a couple of bags. And one of the ladies that worked there came out and saw us going through the books, and she was like, I'll make you a deal. I got this shelf of books, and I got a couple of boxes out there laying. You can have it all for, was it $35?
$35 for a couple hundred books.
Yeah, at least probably 250 books. Yeah. Official count's not there yet. We've gone through the books, but we didn't count. Yeah. And like you said, there's a couple of decent ones in there. Yeah. But most of the books are in that for the $5 range. And for one, if you're doing sending those books into Amazon and doing FBA, you're losing money. Yeah. It's not worth it. So we're kind of like
FBM.
Yeah, let's do FBM. And you do make some profit on that, but it's like if you have a book below that you're selling below like $7-8, it's honestly not worth listing on Amazon. It is better to list that book on eBay because they don't take as much out.
My thing is, me and you kind of talked about this. Moving forward, like the thrift store, it was a good hit. Like I think we've the books that we have listed already, we've made our money back on, I think.
As long as they sell.
As long as they sell, which a couple of... Actually, we need to package up one of those books when we're done with this podcast. But kind of we talked about this, and I think a lot of people who are considering reselling need to think about this as well. You want your margins... Volume can help, but I think having higher margins may be better. And the way I explained is we have 200 books that are selling for... half of them are going to be able to, we're actually going to be able to sell, half of them are just going to be garbage, and, $5 a piece profit if we can actually get that after fees. Moving forward, I rather go to Goodwill, and I rather sell 50 books that have a $10 profit margin each than have to deal with FBM listing and packing over 200 books. In a sense, it's almost, this sounds in a way kind of foolish of me to say, but in a sense, it's almost not worth your time. And the amount of money you're spending on shipping, packing materials, everything, the margins are just so low that moving forward, I think I want to go to Goodwill's book sales and just try to find a couple handfuls that are going to sell for $10 a piece or $20 a piece. Hell, you can find crazy margins out there. We took a risk with this big pile of books.
For the price that we got them for, honestly, we kind of knew, okay, there's going to be some profit in this stack. For $35, we know we're at least getting that out.
Yeah.
Back out, whether we sell them on eBay or whether we sell them on Amazon. For example, the first book that we sold, which, by the way, sold like within 30 or 40 minutes after listing it, which was pretty awesome. Yeah. But going back to what I was saying about not having all the books counted up, however many we know we can sell, we don't really have a figure on what the per book cost was. So I think I was guesstimating around 50 cents a book right now, which is a complete guesstimation that may or may not be correct. But that book, I think on Amazon for FBM, it was like a profit of like 13 cents, which is like...
Granted, it was like a 5-page children's book, so it wasn't a big book. It was a small book, and there was tons of them on Amazon.
Yeah, but... Yeah. I was thinking, I think that book was listed for like $6.99.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is sure, with FBM you don't have all your pick and pack fees, stuff like that. What you do still have is you have a closing fee, which is a set amount, and you still have a referral fee, which is based upon a percentage. I don't remember. I figured that out. I figured the percentage the other day, but I don't remember. It was about 15.
Yeah.
Was it?
12. I think it was 12 to 15.
12, it was either 12 or 15% is what I calculated. I think the closing cost is what? It's $1.80.
Yeah.
Then your referral fee is based upon a percentage. So, you have a $6 book. You're already out. I think that one with the referral fee was like 90-something cents.
Yeah.
So there's a little over $2 gone already.
On a book you're selling for $6.99.
Plus Amazon doesn't handle the shipping. You have to handle the shipping. So unless you're charging them shipping, you have to cover that shipping. Which that shipping was $2.66. Yeah. $2.66. So add that together and you're not really left with that much after your book expenses from purchasing the books.
And that's why we actually, over here, you guys can't see this off camera, but we got a couple different boxes that were, depending on the profit margins and the numbers we're going to get, a lot of them are actually going to end up sold on eBay. Especially for lower priced items, a lot of the time you can get more money for them on eBay, and customers on eBay are a lot more used to paying shipping. On Amazon, one of the reasons Amazon is so big is because everybody loves the free shipping, the fast shipping. On eBay, customers are a little bit more okay with paying the shipping cost and waiting a little bit longer for the actual shipping time. So right now, it's just out of all those books, it's just sorting out what's eBay, what's Amazon, and how are we going to get the best return. But I think we can both agree moving forward, finding less books, higher profit margin in the long term is actually just going to be probably smarter and less painstaking.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about eBay, and I love Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
but they nickel and dime you to death.
Yeah.
Every little thing they can get from you, they get from you.
Yeah.
They really used to care about their actual sellers on there, and now it's transitioned to, you know, the customer, which is how it always transitions in sales. The customer is always right. The customer gets all the perks, and that then in turn, you know, comes off on you, the seller. So, you know, you got $2 and something fees for selling a $6 book on Amazon. Well, on eBay, what do you have? You got the eBay fee, which is barely a fraction of the Amazon fee.
Yeah.
Then you got the PayPal fee because they have all the transactions through PayPal.
And 50% of the time, the customer will pay shipping. So you don't have to. That's one less thing to worry about. And even if you have to pay shipping, you can. A lot of people on eBay, it looks like they factor the shipping cost into their price. So you're still profiting more on eBay for the lower price books for sure.
Yeah. So I would say anything, if you're wanting to get into reselling books, shoot for something like in the $10 profit range. Yeah. If you pick up anything for like... Take two.
So yeah, pardon that technical difficulty, but if you're selling on Amazon, make sure those numbers are at least above a $10 profit margin. If not, anything cheaper, eBay is the way to go.
Yeah, anything below $7 is not worth your time selling on Amazon. You're not going to get any profit out of it.
Yeah. Unless you're just going for that sales volume. I mean, but at the same time with books, sales volume isn't as important.
I'd rather get $1 for a book than 13 cents.
Any day.
Even if it takes a little bit longer to sell, I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, moving forward, I mean, we talked a lot about the brand. We talked a lot about the reselling. What else is FBA-wise, Amazon-wise, FBA Journey-wise? What else is on your mind, man? Anything? Still at about the same spot on the website? Still working out some kinks?
Yeah, the website's going a little slower than I'd hoped. I had to... We're running the website off the same server that I've used for some of my websites for the last couple years, and it's reached kind of that point where it's time to do maintenance across all the sites. Yeah. So I really spent this last week making sure everything's updated and ready for the new version of PHP, because we've been running on the server. This may be too technical for some people, but on the server, we've been running PHP 7 for quite a while, and which is still a good version of PHP. But I wanted to update that to PHP 7.1 just because it's the latest version, and eventually I'm going to have to do it anyways, and it's better to do it now and not disrupt service on a bunch of websites or a community. So I kind of spent the week making sure all the websites were up and going with that. Then I made the jump to PHP 7.1 and the whole server went down. And that took a day to resolve, and it just ended up being some code got jumbled up on the server side. And long story short, it's fixed now. We should be getting back on track with getting the website going here fairly soon. I've been kind of toying back and forth. Before I said, let's get the website all online. Let's get the forums released afterwards. And I'm still kind of going with that idea, but I almost wonder if it'd just be quicker just to finish everything and then... Because there may be some downtime when I
mean, there's still a couple things we want to do for the website too, so...
Yeah, we gotta record a couple videos too for it, and that's going to take a little bit longer.
Before I forget, for anyone who's actually made it this far into the video, we're going to do another giveaway for one of the FBA Journey documents to success. The first one we did was contacting suppliers. We're going to be doing another one here soon. But for anyone who comments on this video, Pineapple, you will be getting this new giveaway for free. Whether you win the giveaway or not, if you comment Pineapple on this video, you will get the newest giveaway for free, and you will also get last giveaway for free. And if you comment Pineapple, we'll sort out a way to get in touch. But if you've made it this far, drop a comment, maybe those FBA journey documents of success can help you out in some way, shape, or form. Not toot my own horn, but I did go pretty in depth on that, and I shared some stuff that I wish I would have known up front. So keep an eye out for that too. And yeah, I mean, literally, if you comment, you're getting it for free. You don't even have to enter the giveaway.
Maybe comment, then like shoot us a message.
Done, yeah. Comment and shoot us a message on Instagram, Pineapple as well, and we'll know.
Yeah, or just username or something. Of course, people may take other people's usernames.
Well, dude, I don't. Honestly, if they've made it this far, we'll know.
There is a way that you can send a message on YouTube. It's a little hidden. If you find it, you get this document for free, and you get the previous document for free.
Biggest thing coming on the video.
And that's if you can send us the message. If you can figure out how to send the message on YouTube, you get this new one free, and you get the last one free. And anybody that sends us a message over Instagram, you get the newest one free.
Dope. All right. Well, honestly, so the website's still on hold, but that's good because we actually still have a few things we want to add. You guys know the latest on the brand. You know the latest on the book reselling. Anything else you want to add, man?
No, that's pretty much it. We had a lot to talk about, but we got a lot of it covered.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot more things I want to talk about, but we can handle that in the next one.
Yeah. No, I think that's it for now. I mean, we're just waiting for the product to drop on the shelves, and after that,
I'm ready to get it going.
Yeah.
I like the cooler weather. The brand's about to launch. Book selling. It's all going good. Sweet. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back soon. And as always, stay focused, keep selling, and we will see you next time. Dope. I had to do that outro this time. I've been jealous, man. I haven't said it in so long.